Yo, what is going on, everyone? My name is Nick, or the Notorious Fantasy, and in today's video, I'm bringing you guys Week 8 defenses to stream for fantasy football in 2020. We are going to be discussing multiple defenses for Week number 8 that you guys can find off the waiver wire and slide directly into your lineup. It is very hard on a weekly basis to kind of find that defense that is going to be on the waiver wire. You got to scour through there and look for all those defenses that are going to be able to help you win your Week 8 matchup, and I got them all for you in today's video. If at any point inside of this video that you guys do end up enjoying, please make sure to hit that subscribe button down below, because not only is it free, I put out content every single day to help you guys win that 2020 Fantasy Football Championship. Real quick before we get into it, though, I'd like to give you guys a quick word from my friends and my sponsor over at OverlayDFS.com. OverlayDFS.com is my favorite place to play daily fantasy sports, and here they offer the matchup shot for the Monday night games tonight. Would you prefer to play Nick Foles getting 3 additional fantasy points or Jared Goff -3? It is very simple. It is a player versus player fantasy football game that is so simple, anyone could do it. Again, another example, David Montgomery -1 fantasy point or Allen Robinson +1 fantasy point. Who scores more with the spread? You click on it, you can bet as much money as you want. Make sure that you guys do this research all season long. You guys are doing all this research. You're watching my videos, you're watching other people's videos, and you don't want that knowledge to go to waste. Make some cash on OverlayDFS.com. And we are back. Please make sure you guys check that out. Week 8 defenses to stream for fantasy football in 2020. We began here with the Chiefs, the Kansas City Chiefs, going up against the New York Football Jets in Arrowhead in Kansas City. Now, I don't know a team worse than the New York Football Jets that I've seen with my eyes. I've seen the Cleveland Browns go 0-16 in my lifetime, and I've seen the Detroit Lions, and the Jets team looks way fucking worse. Now, the Jets actually looked all right last week up against the Buffalo Bills. Why was that, you might ask? It's because Adam Gase legitimately got rid of his ability to be calling the plays on the team. He no longer calls the offensive plays that he was dialing up the complete and utter dumb shit. I don't know what he was doing. I think his playbook was just a bunch of plays from Madden that he just took. He's boot up Madden and be like, oh, that's the Jets playbook? Let me just put that in there, and then let me have my 2-year-old daughter fucking drive me some fucking plays up here, and I'll snort some coke and let her figure out who we are going to be or what type of formations we're going to be running in this game. It made absolutely no sense what the fuck they were doing, and it still didn't make any sense up against the Buffalo Bills, but it did somehow look better. Some of these routes that these fucking guys were running on the Jets offense were so crazy that I almost think it's like Adam Gaze's map to get to his coke dealer's house. He just goes ahead and makes that the guy's fucking route. Hey, Mims, why don't you go straight, and then you're going to go left, and then at the next stop sign, you're going to go right, and then you're going to try to catch the ball from Sam fucking Darnold, who's not going to throw the ball anywhere near you. Now, I have no idea if Sam Darnold is going to work out in New York, but I know it's not going to work out this week. Is the Jets offense up against that Chiefs defense? The Chiefs defense put a certified lock on horse cock Drew Lock last week, 50 Shades of Grey style, because there was some BDSM with some nice spanking of Drew Lock. Week 7 at Denver, 3 sacks for the Chiefs defense, 1 INT, 2 fumble recoveries, 1 touchdown, and 16 points allowed in that wonderful snow game that wasn't so snowy as the game came to a close. The Chiefs defense was completely and utterly dominated in that game. The Denver Broncos offense, even when it looked good, it wasn't too good because that Chiefs defense was all over that Denver Broncos ass. And week 7, the Buffalo Bills defense played very strong up against the Jets, even though they only won by a little bit in the game because Josh Allen could not finish, which is a problem that some men have, so don't feel too bad, Josh Allen. 6 sacks, 2 INTs, and 10 points allowed in that game up against the New York Football Jets. I honestly wouldn't be surprised if the Chiefs kept them to under 7 in this game, or if the Jets didn't even score at all in this matchup. Next defense here, we got the Philadelphia Eagles going up against the Dallas Cowboys on Sunday night. This is by far the worst Sunday night matchup I have ever seen before. It's so bad. The NFC East is a complete and utter fucking laughingstock, and Andy Dalton is out, so it might be seeing some guy named Danucci play quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys. Where's the freaking gabagool for Danucci? I have no idea who this man is, and he didn't look very good on Sunday. Eagles defense, week 7 up against the New York Football Giants, looked pretty good, and the Dallas offense looked fucking putrid, which we're going to talk about in a second. Eagles defense week 7 against the Giants. Again, 3 sacks, 1 INT, 2 fumble recoveries, and 21 points allowed. The Washington football team defense, the team without a name, laid the pipe to that ass of Andy Dalton. Now, that was a very dirty hit by the Washington football team defense on Andy Dalton's head. The man, I'm surprised, was even able to I don't even know. I don't even know how that guy fucking pissed the next day. I'm not even trying to make, I guess that was a joke, but I'm not trying to fucking make light about a terrible play like that. I don't know how that even happens, and now Dallas is in an even worse spot. 6 sacks, 1 INT, 1 safety, and 3 points allowed. This Dallas offensive line is a turnstile. Ezekiel Elliott looks like he is going to be a certified dumpster fire for the rest of the season. So I'm going to go ahead here and believe in the Philadelphia Eagles up against this trash-ass Dallas offense. Next game here, or next team here to pick up on defense is the Los Angeles Chargers going up against the Denver Broncos. We just spoke about the success of the Chiefs against the Denver Broncos. Again, 3 sacks, 1 INT, 2 fumble recoveries, 1 touchdown, and 16 points allowed. And I understand that the Chargers defense didn't look all that great up against Gardner Minshew and friends in Jacksonville last week. 5 sacks, 1 fumble recovery, and 29 points allowed. But that Denver offense, in my opinion, is not as potent as the Minshew man, Gardner Minshew. So I think that the Chargers defense here is definitely a good start up against a deflated Denver football team. Even though they beat the Deflatriots 2 weeks ago, they did not look very hot at all on Sunday up against the Chiefs. Next defense here, we got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and Tampa Bay Tom Brady up against the New York Football Giants. Now, don't be surprised if the Giants lay the smackdown on Tom Brady, because we all know Tom Brady's one kryptonite is Eli Manning, but Eli Manning is not going to be playing in this game. Obviously, it's going to be Daniel fucking Jones. The guy, I joke about how Daniel Jones is Danny Fumbles, but if you guys remember last week, he was Danny goddamn Stumbles because he was running at light speed. This motherfucker ran like 21 point something miles per hour down the field. It didn't even look like he was running that fast, but the fact that they have the metrics on it and he was running that fast was absolutely crazy. But you know what else is going to be running fast for the New York Football Giants? Their fans away from this fucking game, because they are not going to want anything to do with it. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers defense is dangerous. Last week in Las Vegas, Viva Las Vegas, 3 sacks, 1 INT, and 20 points allowed. The Eagles defense, which in my opinion isn't even all that good. I do think they're going to play good against Dallas, though. Up against the Giants, looked very good. 3 sacks, 1 INT, 2 fumble recoveries from Danny Fumbles, and 21 points allowed. Danny Fumbles, very prone to fumbling. He has fumbled more times than he has started games in the NFL. That is a very scary stat for Daniel Jones' career as goes forward, and it's going to be a very scary thing when the Tampa Bay Buccaneers get a hand of supple little Daniel fucking Jones. He's going to get put on the ground and spanked a million times by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers defense. I would expect nothing less than a certified beatdown of the New York Football Giants by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers defense. And final team here, just kidding, there's one more, a bonus team coming up next. We got the Buffalo Bills at the New England Patriots. Now, I understand we talked about the Bills a little bit earlier. They didn't play that amazing up against the New York Football Jets, but the defense was laying a certified smackdown brother like his name was the Hulk fucking Hogan, the Hulkamaniac. 6 sacks, 2 INTs, and 10 points allowed up against the New York Football Jets. This week, they get a deflated New England offense. Cam Newton legitimately looked like this guy had no clue where he was. He looked like he didn't want to be there. He looked like he had no idea how to read that San Francisco defense. It was embarrassing. The 49ers defense up against New England had 2 sacks, 4 INTs. Not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 that Tom Brady knows so well when he holed up the fucking 4 because the motherfucker couldn't figure out what down it was a couple of games ago up against 9-inch Nick Foles. With that said, the New England Patriots look awful. The 49ers defense only allowed 6 points up against that New England defense. Now, I understand that Bill Belichick will get one up here by using his Viagra to play up against the Buffalo Bills and probably look okay, but Cam Newton looks atrocious. And I honestly think that this one might get bad. I think the Bills have lost, not lost, but they've played so shit 3 games in a row that I feel like this just comes to be a smackdown by Josh Allen. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if New England looked all right in this game, but if they do look all right, I think it'll be a low-scoring game where the Bills' defense plays quite well. The Bills' defense, Week 6 again, up against the New York Football Jets. 6 sacks, 2 INTs, and 10 points allowed. So the Buffalo Bills have been a solid defense thus far this season, so don't be surprised if they really lay down the pipe here on New England and Cam Newton. And final defense of the video, we got the Los Angeles Rams at my Miami Dolphins. Now, the reason behind this is because Tua Tagovailoa is starting his first ever NFL game. And while I hope that Tua takes Aaron Donald and makes him cry to his mother after the game, The odds of that happening are slim and none. Tua Tagovailoa is going to make rookie mistakes as he starts his career. That will obviously happen. He's playing up against a Rams defense that has looked very good in the past. Now, I understand the last time we saw the Rams, you guys may have seen them play another time up against the Chicago Bears and 9-inch Nick, but as I'm recording this, and as you guys watch this when it first comes out, that game has not happened yet. It will happen later tonight. So, the Rams last week up against the San Francisco 49ers, 24 points allowed, didn't get a sack, didn't get an INT, didn't do anything. And that was because the Rams got stuck in what we would describe as a trap game. The Rams were playing a team that looked like they got beaten the fuck out of by the Miami Dolphins. They got hit with the 1-2 Mayweather all game long, and then the Rams were like, this is going to be the easiest game I have ever seen in my life. They probably got a bit too cocky, and then Jimmy Garoppolo gave that defense his cocky and played very well. I honestly don't expect that to be the same up against the Dolphins in this game. The Jets defense looked all right against the Dolphins, but that was with Fitzpatrick playing with the 2 sacks, 2 INTs. Pretty much Ryan Tannehill was teasing the Jets defense. He was getting them nice and wet, and then you know what he did? He ran away from them. He teased them completely and ran away because he didn't have to do anything up against the Jets to beat them. He was just throwing the ball up in triple coverage like, fuck it. Devontae Parker's out there somewhere. He just heaves it. He's like, you know what? Who gives a shit? We're up by 7 zillion to the Jets. So the Jets defense looks all right in this game. I do think, though, that the Rams defense will be fine up against Tua. He's going to make those rookie mistakes, but you better believe me that I believe that Tua Tagovailoa is going to be the Rookie of the Year, and he is going to be very good this season, but this is going to be a tough debut for Tua Tagovailoa in this game. But at the end of the day, I still love the guy. He's my favorite player in the NFL, but I don't use my bias when it comes to fantasy football. I will tell you straight up that I think that the Rams defense is going to look good in Tua's first ever game. So thank you guys all for watching this video. If at any point you did end up chuckling, having a great fucking time, please make sure to hit that subscribe button down below. Not only is it free, I put out that content every single day to help you guys win that 2020 Fantasy Football Championship. Leave a nice round of applause in the comments like your name was Jason Garrett. Have a great rest of your guys' day. Overlay DFS.com. I love you all. 10,000 subscribers. Either we're there right now or we're almost there. I love you. I appreciate it. Have a great rest of your guys' day. I'll see you guys later with another banger of a video. Goodbye.